Good morning, High Point, and welcome to All Access Morning. I'm Anna Harris.
And I'm Riley Mannion. We're live today from right inside Studio A and are here to give you a look back on the week and a preview of what's to come.
So to start off, High Point Sports had a lot of excitement this past week. Were you at any of the games?
I unfortunately did not get to go to the games. I tried last minute to get a voucher, but they were all out, and then I had other plans to go to. But I heard that it was very exciting.
Yes.
How was it?
So I went to the men's basketball game on Thursday. I showed up a little bit late to the tailgate because I had class, but they had like free food out there. They had tents for like all the different fraternities and sororities on campus and like different organizations. My sorority had a tent, so I got to hang out there with some of my friends.
Oh, that's nice.
And then we went into the game at 7, and it was really, really cool. I did not feel like I was at High Point at all. Felt like I was in some big school because of the huge Jumbotron and like all the people there. There was a free t-shirt on every chair, so I got a shirt.
I didn't go to the game, and I was walking past my car, and there was a shirt on my hood, and I was like,
it's your lucky day.
I know. I texted my friends. I was like, did you do this? They're like, no. And I was like, I'll
It is-
take it.
yeah, it's
so
sure
it's basically like I went to the game.
Yeah, it's basically like you went to the game. I did not, unfortunately, go to the women's basketball game on Friday, but still heard that that one was good. Know they won both games, so that was super exciting. And big congrats to the women's soccer team for winning the Big South Championship.
Yes, that's so exciting. I feel like we're back on that roll that we were on last year. We're just going to keep winning those championships.
Yes.
Looking forward to, especially with the new arena.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that energy is just going to bring so much into the team.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, it's a whole new thing of emotions.
Yes. Looking ahead to this week, High Point will be hosting its annual Veterans Day celebration this Thursday at 8 a.m. in the new Quabbane Conference Center. Many HPU students will be volunteering at this event, greeting guests and handing out gifts to all the veterans in attendance. Last year, this event was held virtually, so this will be the first in-person celebration since 2019. What are your thoughts on this event that High Point does for the veterans?
I think that's awesome to give back to veterans. I know that, I guess they did not do this last year, but they normally hold like a dinner for a bunch of veterans in, used to be Mills Gym. I'm assuming it's going to be in the new conference center this time. I remember my freshman year, I lived in Wannock, and it's right next to Millis Gym. And we had to move all of our cars to make sure the veterans had all their parking and like all the guests and stuff.
Yeah.
And we had to move them by like 11 p.m. And I almost forgot. So one of my roommates was like, make sure you go get your car. Go out there, car doesn't start.
Oh,
End up
God,
having
of
to
course.
get 4 security cars around to try to help me jump start the car, end up having to stay. So every time I think of the Veterans Day event, that's what I think of.
Do you
My
have to
car
like
breaking
rope off
down.
your car so they didn't give you a ticket?
I think they just like took a picture of my license plate and like contacted the school of like, do not find this girl. Like
Oh
her
my
car literally won't
God.
move. So that's what I think of when I think of the Veterans Day celebration, but it is a super exciting time for veterans, and it's super important that we celebrate them every year anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're just a few weeks away from Thanksgiving, and Christmas is just right around the corner. And our next High Point picks will get us into the holiday spirit.
It's 8:05 a.m. and you're watching All Access Morning. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Freddy's. What can we get started for you?
I haven't had a carb in 3 weeks, and if I have one more sip of a kale smoothie, I need a Freddy's Original double with cheese, fries, and a turtle sundae. Please.
Coming right up.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good.
Bring it on.
Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
I'll have the langoustine lobster ravioli.
For you, sir?
The original call was for langoustine ravioli. Langoustine is a tiny kind of lobster. Slight shellfish allergy rules that out. Plus, my wife ordered the langoustine. I will have chicken tenders and tater tots.
If you're a ref, you way over-explain things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Sir, we don't have tater tots.
It's what you do.
I will have nachos.
Welcome to High Point University. On this campus, we are focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be.
Hi, I'm Steve Wozniak, the Woz, and I'm proud to be High Point University's Innovator in Residence.
I'm Cent Marshall, CEO of the Dallas Mavericks, and I am proud to be High Point University's Sports Executive in Residence.
I'm Mark Randolph, and I'm proud to be the Entrepreneur in Residence at the premier life skills university, High Point University.
Welcome back to All Access Morning. It's time for our newest edition of High Point Picks.
That's right, and this week we're giving you a look at each of our top 3 holiday movies. So let's get started.
So, my favorite series, it's a series, it's not just a movie, is the Santa Claus series. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have seen it. I actually watched one of them this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
So did my roommate. She watched it the other day, and I wasn't there, and I was like, why'd you watch it without me?
It's a good way to really get right into the holiday season.
Oh, I know. I love the first and second one. I'll be honest, I don't love the third one. The one that has Jack Frost in it.
Yeah.
I just did not think that one was nearly as good as the first two. But the second one I think is so funny when he's like they have like the doll version of Santa and stuff. I don't know. I always thought that movie was really funny when I was little.
I know.
But
and who's the actor in it?
Tim Allen.
I love him, and he's like the perfect person for that role.
Oh, I know.
It's so good.
It's like really scary how much he like really does look like Santa.
Yeah, exactly. My first one is, I think it's not only one of the greatest holiday movies, but one of the greatest movies, Elf.
Yes,
I feel like everybody loves Elf. You can't not like Elf, especially during Christmas time. I just think like each scene, like the snowball scene where they're having the snowball fight, or like when he has like the plate of spaghetti and he puts like the syrup on it and like the crushed lollipops and like everything like that. Like, it's just, I love that movie. It's so funny.
No, I feel like every time you ask someone like name a Christmas movie, that is the first one they say.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is, because I was asking for help trying to think of like movies to talk about today, and everyone was like Elf was like the very first one they said. And it is, I never ended up seeing it until I was like a lot older.
Really?
Like, yeah, I like never, I'm also just not like the biggest movie person, but I did not see it till like later on in life, and I was like, oh, this was like so good.
Yeah, see, I'm not the biggest movie person either, but Christmas movies, I can get into. Like, I have watched like every Christmas movie.
Yes.
But Elf is one that I'm watching on repeat every single season because it's just so funny.
Yes, it is so funny every time. So my second one is like definitely a childhood favorite, is The Polar Express.
Yeah.
I think that movie is so good. It's, I feel like it almost is like emotional in a weird way.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really know why that is. It's not a sad movie, so I don't know what that is, but it's like, oh, it's like the true meaning of Christmas, and like, I love all the different scenes of it, and the songs are so good, and it's so like cinematic and like really pretty the whole time. I don't know, and then I love like the hot chocolate scene.
I was just gonna say, that's my favorite scene.
Yes.
I love that scene.
I love the scene when the hot chocolate scene with them like singing on the train, and then trying to think of other ones, like when that guy is on top of the train.
Oh yeah.
That one was like, that's like a weird scene.
That's like action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird scene because he's like has the like little campfire thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in a while, but some of the scenes are a little bizarre. Like the toy scene and
the scene where they like basically have that little fight. Not the fight, but like when they're on the train and then they pull the guy's hair and
and then the guy like disappears.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is this happening?
I haven't watched a movie in so long. I feel like I need to go back and watch it.
I know, but it's really cute, like the whole ending with like the bell. And super cute.
Okay, well my second pick is, it's another funny one, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Have you seen it?
Same thing with Elf. I did not see it until a couple years ago, and it's really funny.
It's really funny. Like, it's one of those movies where if it wasn't a Christmas movie, it would be just as funny.
Oh, I know.
And I think they do have a version that's not Christmas.
They do?
I think so. I think it's like a summer vacation. But every scene in that, like the characters and when the tree burns, or like when the cat gets stuck, or my favorite scene is when she's saying grace.
Yes.
And she folds her hands and she's like, Grace, she died 47 years ago. Like, that one is my favorite scene. I watch that on repeat. It's so funny.
No, I think that movie is so funny, and like members of my family had never seen it before until a couple Christmases ago, and so we were all watching it, and it was just like it's a laugh out loud funny kind of movie, and I feel like those are like, sometimes you laugh internally, but like no, that one's like
you laugh out loud.
You laugh out loud. So my last one is Home Alone. Obviously the Home Alone series, but I feel like the first one is the best one. And it's super, I don't know, it's like, how on earth does a family forget their child on a plane?
You'd be like, that's the first thing you want to check for is your kids.
Yeah, but they also had so many kids, so it's like, whatever.
A big family vacation.
Yes, exactly. But it is such a funny movie. It's also very like wholesome and like heartfelt at the same time, but I don't know. I think the acting in it's really good too.
I think though, like Home Alone specifically just gives me nostalgia.
Yes,
especially
exactly.
during the Christmas season.
Mhm.
I just like, it's not like one of my favorites, but I do love to watch it just because
Yes.
like, oh, I'm watching Home Alone, it's Christmas, like, you
Yes.
can't beat it.
I completely agree.
Well, my last pick is definitely going to have to be How the Grinch Stole Christmas. But the first one, not the animated one, like the original live action, I guess you could call it.
Yes, yes, yes.
I like, if I'm decorating for Christmas, I have that movie on, the lights up, the tree. It just like, it's such like a cozy vibe.
Yes.
I just love watching that movie. And I think the story of the Grinch is just a great story.
Yes. I think it's a great story too, and it like teaches a lot for like the younger kids who are watching it and stuff. Who's that guy that plays the Grinch? Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yeah.
He is such a bizarre actor.
He is.
But I'm like, there is absolutely no one else that could play that
No
role.
one could pull off the Grinch.
No. No
That's
one.
a hard role to play.
Because like there's so many, obviously Jim Carrey's known for like the facial expressions and all that, but like every time I watch it, I'm like, Jim Carrey is such an odd character.
Yes, he
So
is.
yes, but I know that when the Grinch is like stealing all the stuff, like all the presents and all the trees and all the pine cones and all of everything, like it's a whole traumatic thing
It
for everyone.
is. But he has growth, character
Yes.
growth.
Character growth,
Yes.
and that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
So, well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to watch our full newscast Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. For All Access Morning, I'm Anna Harris.
And I'm Riley Mannion. Have a great day, High Point.